What's up? Welcome to the Bom Nutrition Show. This is where Bom Nutrition is all about helping high school athletes lose weight and increase their performance in their respective sport. And today we have my good buddy Phillip Ngo. All right. So I brought Phillip Ngo in because we were both really fat. How big were you, Phillip?
200 pounds. Doesn't sound like much, but when you're only 5'6", it's a lot of weight to carry around.
5'6", 200 pounds. Yeah, so I brought in Phillip because obviously you see he lost all the weight. How did you lose it?
I did a lot of working out. Went to sign up at a 24-hour fitness, and I just started working out. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I had to move. But the thing was, my situation might be a little different. I wasn't unathletic. I did sports all throughout high school. A lot of it was my diet. But senior year, that's when things start slowing down. You suddenly, you're going to college. The athletics aren't there anymore. And my biggest problem was the food. To this day, I love sweets. And then I had cut that out, cleaned up my diet, and that's where Brandon actually helped me out. See, I was in the train of thought that if you work out, you could lose weight, and that's the problem. A lot of people think that if you just work out, you lose weight, but 80% of the battle is your diet. I would go to 24, I'd sweat like a monkey, and then I'm like, I deserve this. I can go to Jack in the Box, and I would get like 4 tacos and a sandwich. I'm like, I'm not losing weight. I remember you.
You told me the story.
I was like, I'm not losing any weight, and he's like, what are you eating? I'm like, to be honest, I'm kind of eating the same thing. I'm just working out a lot more. And he goes, you can't be doing that. And that's where Brandon said, look, you got to clean your diet. He kind of told me what I should and shouldn't be eating, and from there it was kind of making the change and watching the fat kind of melt off my body.
Yeah, so we'll get back to the diet, but I want to ask you, because this is for high school athletes. Like, what sports do you play?
I ran sports with a lot of running. I did football, basketball, and I ran track. I didn't do the javelin throw or the discus, but I was actually a runner, believe it or not. And I was not a slow runner. I was actually a fast runner. I was one of the fastest runners on my team.
Dude, but imagine if you lost the weight before you ran. Wouldn't you have been a lot better?
Yeah, I lost 50 pounds. So losing, I can't imagine being as fast as I was and then losing 50 pounds. So 50 pounds off my legs, I would have, I don't know, maybe, who knows, maybe I would have won.
Probably broke some records.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real, huh?
But I wouldn't have psyched everyone out. This fat kid running faster than them at the meet.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that psychology aspect, but I would trade it in to be lighter, to run faster.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like a misconception a lot of people have. Like, they think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna join cross country. We're gonna run a bunch of miles and I'll lose weight. But we know that that's not really how you lose weight. You really have to pay attention to the nutrition. That's like, the 80-20 principle. Like 20% of what you do give you 8% results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nutrition is that 20. You just dial in that down and you'll be fine. So what did you eat to lose weight? What was your nutrition look like? Because at this time we still didn't really understand. We still didn't really know what to eat.
Yeah. See, what I know now would be a lot different from what I would do back then. Back then, for me, it was just counting calories, basically, calories in, calories out. I mean, I would have a bowl of cereal for breakfast and think, oh, this is healthy. Look how many vitamins there are. Look how many vitamins are in it. Look at the carbs, and we should maybe talk about the carbs. I get so much carbs, and for lunch I would have a sandwich with deli meat. Then we have a more intimate understanding now of deli meats. And then for dinner I would have a salad. So cereal for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch. If I got hungry, I would eat peanuts, and we all know now about the truth behind peanuts.
Yeah, legumes and all the phytates, anti-nutrients of peanuts.
And
aflatoxins.
I would have a salad for dinner. So to be honest, the healthiest part, the only thing that I would still keep the same if I reduced it all over would just be the salad. Take out the cereal and take out the sandwich. But cereal, sandwich, salad.
Yeah, so what we're saying is that because I did the same as Phillip. I did the whole thing, low fat, eat as little as possible. And although you lose weight, all my lifts were dog shit. All my lifts were dog shit. Cause I used to play football, and I lost 30 pounds over the summer, and now I was just like, my muscle was just gone because I did so much cardio, ate so little. So my body wasn't primed to burn fat. It was primed to burn glucose. So it's all burning glucose, and if you don't give the body glucose, and it's not primed to burn fat, what does it do? It takes the amino acids from your muscle to go to do gluconeogenesis and burn that glucose for energy. So yeah, that's at first, and that's what we're saying, that the calories in, calories out, it's not really that effective. Although it did work.
It works. You do lose weight.
Yeah,
but
weight.
not in the optimal way to optimize your body's performance.
So what did you find that was better than that method of just counting your calories? What was good for you?
What was good for me after after that? Let's see. So after I lost the weight, I looked into other diets in a way, but I wasn't into fad diets. The only fad diet I guess I got into shortly after was the paleo diet.
Is that even like a fat diet though? Like what constitutes a fad diet? What?
For me, it's I think people's definition are different. Mine is a fad diet would be like, you know, you hear about the macro diet where all you do is just count your macros. Like, I just need 30 grams carbs, 10 grams fat, and 15 grams protein, where you're only counting your macros. And I had a problem with that because it excludes the micronutrients, and you're only seeing food for its three basic breakdowns. Sorry, back to the fad diet. I consider a fad diet something like that kind of sweeps. You know, you see on social media hashtag paleo, or you start hearing, you know, people you would never expect to do paleo. Like, why is my auntie doing paleo? Like, where did you start seeing it more on the front page of your web browser or something. So the only fad diet I guess I got into was paleo, and I actually gained weight on paleo. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like, oh yeah, just eat like an ant, eat tons of meat, and don't worry about your calories, because you're just eating like how your ancestors would. And I got into paleo, and I stopped doing paleo again. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm gaining weight again.
Okay.
I didn't feel good. I felt heavy all the time. Like, it says you should eat a lot of meat, and I was eating a lot of meat. Korean barbecue, you just go crazy.
Oh, Korean barbecue.
And I was still keeping. If anything, my workout intensity was higher than it was when I was losing weight. My body felt better, felt lighter. My lifts were getting more and more. I was hitting PRs. I mean, it wasn't powerlifting, but hitting every week. I would try to up the weight. What I was doing. And that's when maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I discovered keto, and I found that works for me. I found in 2 weeks, I saw abs that I've never seen ever in my life.
Yeah, dude. Phillip got shredded. You see photos of him, like full on six pack at the what is it? Encore Beach Club. Encore Beach Club. You got a picture of him like full shredded six pack. And the keto is a ketogenic diet, which means a high fat, moderate protein, low carb, like very, very low carb. And you might be wondering, what do most people think when they say, "Oh, I'm trying to eat high fat. I'm eating butter and coconut"?
They're saying,
they say,
"Oh, you're trying to gain weight. You're trying to, you want to put on weight. Like, is it for the winter, or what are you putting on weight for?"
And don't they ask you like,
"No, that's wrong. No, what you're supposed to have high carb, protein, and keep it because
they say that too.
This is what. Remember this phrase: eating fat makes you fat. That's what everyone said. But
that's what everyone said.
Eat fat, you'll get fat. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna get fat. And I'll list the reasons of why this diet works. And they would, And the problem is this statement of eat fat, get fat. It's been around for a very long time. It's commonly accepted science.
Yeah.
And you just kind of accept that. There's gravity. That you can't jump 50 feet in the air because that's gravity and it's science. You don't know why. You just accept it as science, and that's the problem with these commonly accepted nutrition myths, that if you eat fat, you'll get fat. And so if someone would, disbelieve me or almost put me down for what I was doing, I'd say, all right, you can continue to eat your food, and I will just do my thing. Just leave it at that, and I'll watch my results, and you can watch your results.
Yeah. So a high-fat diet, how to explain, it's kind of, there's once a time where everyone thought the world was flat. There's only a few people who's like, nah, man, the world's round. And everyone else like, nah, dude, the world is flat. So that's the same in the time we're at right now, where people say, eating fat, you want to avoid it because it can get you fat. But there's this there's this certain group of people who are researching the science, seeing all that, and then they're concluding that, dude, it's not the fat. It's not the fat that's getting you fat. It's like it's the fat in conjunction with the carbs. All right, because the carbs it spikes insulin, which is like a hormone that shuttles nutrients into your cells. So without that hormone insulin, you get more nutrients in the blood, all right, because it's not shuttled inside the cells. So that's why you probably seen when you ate high fat, low carb, where you didn't feel full. Mm-hmm. I mean, you felt really full and you didn't feel hungry.
Yeah,
exactly. It's because of that, you know. That's my experience too. Before, when I was overweight, you would always be hungry, man. Like every 2 hours, I would be going in the kitchen, and then my uncles and stuff would always be making fun of me. They see me come in the kitchen, they're like, "Damn, you hungry again, bro?" I swear, I was like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." So they'll give me like a piece of bread and banana. Of course, I'm gonna get hungry again in 2 more hours with that carb load. And then I did the same as Phillip. I found high fat, low carb, and when you eat a real good meal, high fat, low carb, dude, you just do not get hungry. You do not get hungry.
You don't. On top of that, food tastes better.
Yeah, exactly.
It tastes way better. You can cook in butter. You can cook in bacon fat. And we're not even touching the micronutrients about salt either.
Yeah.
Traditionally, people say you don't salt your food.
Yeah.
Do not put, don't make your food taste good. Is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And when you actually step away from the commonly accepted nutrition myths, dieting actually is easy.
Yeah, it's because, as human beings, we're supposed to seek out food that tastes good. It's telling your body, hey, this is good for you, eat more. But in modern times, we have food that's, man-made, like the table salt, and you have like the natural Himalayan salt, which has a lot more minerals and micronutrients and all that. So where I was going with this? Oh yeah, so it's like the natural foods that we would find in nature, the high fat, the animal foods, plants, seeds, nuts, all that stuff is good for you and it tastes good, It's just that there's all these other foods that the food manufacturers, they literally, it's like a scientific experiment, They bring kids in, give them different options, and then the kids vote on which tastes the best. All right, so any packaged food that you see that comes from like the what do they call the big companies food?
Big Agra.
Big Ag, yeah.
Well, that's the farming industry.
That's farming. But it's almost all part of it.
Yeah, it's all
connected, man. It's all connected. Yeah.
It isn't some conspiracy bullshit. You can look it up. Like there's maybe
exactly.
2 or 3 companies. It's called a DBA, doing business as. So you have 10 companies just doing business as their own, which are actually owned by a bigger company.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Phillip will probably be a guest on in future episodes, but before he goes, I want to ask him a few questions about his high school experience, because this is for all the people in high school. Like, we're trying to talk to guys like your 16-year-old self, you know. So what would be your top advice for your 16-year-old self, or your high school, just your whole experience, like if you were to do it again, like, oh man, this is what I would do. This is totally a question that I didn't answer, so he's just thinking right now. So
what I would do as a 16-year-old self, or my nutrition wise?
No, just everything, dude. Like if you had a group of high schoolers right here, and you're like, hey guys, this is what I need. This is what you should do right now. And this would skyrocket your life or whatever.
Okay. Things change. Don't be afraid of things that change. What I thought I was gonna do, or what I wanted to do, isn't what I'm doing now, and that's not a bad thing. It's not, I'm not saying I'm a failure or anything, but things are constantly changing. Your friends will change. Everyone changes, and so don't be like, oh, this person is the same. Yeah, literally your body
people
changes.
Change. It's everything. Yeah, dude. That's just the nature of life, man.
Yeah,
change.
Every 7 years, literally, physically, you are a whole new person.
Oh damn, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so to think that your best friend will be who they are, 3 years from now, and you guys don't talk anymore because of that, because they're different, or they're change now, like, you know, that's ridiculous. You are not accepting of the change, and you have to recognize it yourself, and you know, just it's either evolve or get left behind type thing. So yeah, things change, and don't be afraid of it, because from 16 to let's say even 22, like you're saying, from you're a kid who's just jerking around, then they expect you to go to college. Not saying you all have to go to college, but they expect you to go to college and get a career. Like, things change so fast, and that's only 6 years, from 16 to 22. Yeah, that's 6 years.
And not just you, but like the world around you.
Yeah, and the world was a lot different when I was 16. Like, there's so many. Like, I'm only 20.
I think we had the iPhone 1, right?
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
That's the
iPhone
first very iPhone, and everyone's like, "Oh shit! Look at this thing! Look at this iPhone!"
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
I thought it was so cool.
I remember Nathan Doe was just like tapping around, like, "Whoa, what the hell is that? How do you type on that?" Right? We're like, "How do you type on that?
Don't you need a pen? Like, what are you doing?"
It was so weird.
And then I got I remember I got the 3GS a few years ago. I'm like, dude, this thing is so much different from the iPhone 1. Like,
oh yeah.
So, and that's only like what, 2 years, and you know, and just everything changes so quick. There's so many different outlets, and like, there's social media now that I can't even keep up, and I'm only 24. There's stuff I can't even keep up with. And
there's so much, so much out there.
So I guess don't be resistant or afraid of the change.
Awesome. How about, what would be your biggest regret?
My biggest regret. Nowadays, I try to be nice to everyone. Like,
I remember you saying that, so that was kind of the answer I was looking for.
I mean,
like,
you just didn't ask me the right way, but I guess.
No. Like, the other one was perfect. I'm saying, like, as this question, like, oh, I remember Phillip saying something like that. Just like,
be nice to everyone. Like, everyone I meet, I try to be nice to. I used to ride a motorcycle, and the worst thing to see is another rider down on the side of the freeway. I'm on the way to school. I pull over. Hey man, you need help? Like, you want me to stay here with you? I don't even know the guy, but just be nice to everyone. Like, you see someone on the side of the road, and if you can help them, help them. And even if you can't, don't feel like, oh, I can't help them. What's the point? Just the fact that you stopped to even ask makes that person feel good. So, but on a more personal level, there's certain people I just used to not like, and just because that's being kind of a dick. And if I could go back in time, I would slap myself and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just there's no animosity. There's no, we're all in this crazy place together. Like, what's the point of thinking you're high and mighty, even though you're not? Like, literally, I would tell myself, you ain't shit. Like, compared to all the craziness in the world, you are nothing. Like, so try to make. It sounds like hippie bullshit, but like, just try to make an impact in your world, not the world. Make an impact in your world, and impact other people's world. Like, you can't impact the general world. Impact maybe 50 other people's world, and just be nice to them.
Dude, yeah, because in high school, it's such that small community that it feels like there are kind of in groups and out groups in high school. So when you have a certain in group, like, you're in like the ASB, you're with the in crowd. It's easy to kind of look down on other people.
Because you're like popular. Or
exactly.
And hey, if you're in the out group, don't let them. If someone's still gonna be like that, don't let them think that they're better than you. Just have confidence. Just walk with that swagger that you have.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's tough. I bet you, for the people who are going through that, getting like bullied or whatever, it's hard to have confidence.
Yeah.
If everyone around you, because you do get that identity. It's tough. I'm just having a person in my mind like, damn, it's tough to be like that. Like, it was kind of through elementary and junior high. Like, they've always had that kind of lower status, So it's, dude. Hopefully they'll find their way too. Hopefully they'll find a way. So Phillip, dude, thank you for doing this.
Thank you,
it was cool. First episode we got done. It was good, dude. It was smooth, all right? Thanks, guys. Peace out.